Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I literally have 20 minutes before I have to leave for work, so I thought, you know what, I am just gonna film this tag video that I've been wanting to film, just haven't had time to do it. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a real casual. I'm not gonna set up my lights, I'm not gonna go, do my usual setup. I'm just gonna do it right here in my kitchen and answer these questions. So Cherie over at Motivated Muffins tagged me for this video. So as you can tell by the title, you already know what it is. It is the weight loss tag. I have the questions down here, so I'm gonna look down here. I think I've done kind of a variation of this tag before, but these questions seem different. So if I am doing the same tag again, I could be, but we'll see if my answers are different. So now question number one. When did you start gaining weight? This one's easy. Well, it could be easy but complicated, but I have a time limit, so I'm not gonna go too much into it. But I kind of felt like all through high school that I was bigger. But looking back now, I realize I wasn't. I think it's just because I was bigger than most of my friends, because all my friends were a lot smaller than me. But I was around about 120 to 130 pretty much all through high school, and I'm 5'5", and so I you know what I would do to be back to 130, and I can't believe back when I was in high school I felt like I was too heavy, and maybe that was just the start of the many body issues I would have growing up. But anyway, when I got pregnant with my oldest boy, which I was very young when that happened, and so that was when I started gaining weight. I gained 80 pounds with that first pregnancy, so I went from 130 to, I think I was 200, and actually may have been more than 80 pounds, because I want to say I was I think I was like 210, 215, somewhere around there when I gave birth to him. And then I did gain after that. Instead of, I lost, of course, right after having him, but then I gained, and yeah, so that was really the start of it. And then when I had my two other sons, I didn't gain hardly anything with them because I was already heavy, and especially with my second one, my doctor really monitored it. He wanted me to only gain just a little. So I think with my second one I only gained 20 pounds. With my third one, maybe one was 10 to 15 and one was 20. So I did not gain very much with the other ones because I gained it all with my first one. I just never lost it. I never could get rid of that. And so that's definitely, so I was about 16 years old, and just from then on I have just been up and down. So that's when I started gaining. Number two, are you an emotional eater? Yes, yes, yes. So, but not necessarily only emotional for when I'm upset or when I'm stressed. I'm also, when I'm happy, pretty much food is a thing that I turn to when I'm bored, when I'm happy, when I'm stressed. Now, when I'm mad, I tend to clean if I'm home. So if I'm home, I clean. If I'm at work and I'm mad about something, I work a lot harder. I don't know, it's really weird. When I'm mad, it sets me into a different gear than eating, but stress and when I'm happy and when I'm bored are definitely the things that trigger me. And yeah, so yes, I'm an emotional eater, hands down emotional eater. That's why I think it's so hard for those of us that are emotional eaters and have that attachment to food, why it's harder to give it up. I have known people who tell me they're just I just look at food as just, a meal. I just eat it because I know I need to eat it for my body. And I'm just why can't I be that way? Number three, how long have you been dieting? So I really didn't diet in high school. Like I said, I felt like I was bigger than other people, but I never dieted in high school. So it definitely would have been after I had my oldest. And actually, to be honest, I don't even think I really dieted then. I didn't think of it. I just knew I gained the weight, but I was happy. it wasn't, I had a newborn son. I had just gotten married, and there was a lot, it just really wasn't the forefront of my mind. So honestly, I probably did not start dieting until after I had my third son, and he is 19 now. So, or it could have been maybe right before then. I don't even think so then. I think it really was probably after him. So about 19 years ago was when I started dieting. And just I've been through, I think there's a question here about which ones you've done. Yeah. So number 4, are you following a diet now? Well, I don't consider Weight Watchers a diet. I just really consider it just a way of eating along with everything else I do. I do intermittent fasting and I do Weight Watchers. So I feel like, to me, it's just a way of eating. It's just a lifestyle. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's a lifestyle change, but I truly believe that's what it is. It has taught me portion control. It has taught me to eat only when I need to eat. It has taught me to keep my eating in a certain, time period. So I feel like it has changed my life in those ways. It's taught me to grab healthier foods that fit within, your point level. So I guess people like to call it a diet. Then yes, I am following Weight Watchers. I do it via iTrack Bites app. And number 5, have you had success in the past? Yes, I've had a lot of success in the past. I would say the 2 things that I had the most success with were Atkins, which I guess it's really a lot as keto now. I feel like the word keto wasn't used as often as it is nowadays. But because this was, I don't know, God, it could be going on 10 years now, maybe even longer. I'm trying to think. Me and my husband have been married for 13, so it was before, I want to say it was before me and him were together. I did it. I probably did a little bit afterwards, but anyway, but it was the Atkins, and I actually followed the Atkins plan, and I lost a lot, and I lost it very quickly, and I felt amazing on it. I really did. But here's the thing, like, it was so easy for me to go off of it. And when I go off of it, like, instantly I would gain like 10 pounds in like a week by just going off of it for like a special occasion or something, like a birthday or just the holidays or something. Holidays have always been my crutch. But as soon as I would go off of it, I would gain like 10 pounds that quickly. And it just I started thinking in my mind, okay, if I gain it back that fast, these like 50 pounds that I lost in like 4 months could come on so fast. But, if I had to be so strict. But here's the thing, like, I feel like right now with keto being so like front and center of, you see it on the news, you see it on YouTube, you see it on Instagram, it's so like front and center that I feel like now somebody could be more successful on it long term than possibly 15 years ago when it just wasn't out there as much, and it was really just marketed as this Atkins thing, and you had to buy the Atkins products, and that's how I did it anyway, because there wasn't all this information out there on the internet and on, social media, because that wasn't really around. And so I feel like now somebody could have great success with it, and yeah, so I don't know. I had amazing success with it. So I don't know. Maybe someday I'll touch on it again just to see what happens. I don't know. Also, the other thing that I had success with, which I would never, ever, ever, ever recommend because I did not feel good when I was on it, and that was what was it called? The HCG diet, where you took the little drops that were supposed to make your body think you were pregnant, and then it would do this. You'd only eat 500 calories a day, and you're only able to eat like these, you literally did not have many food choices. It was just like, I swear, I feel like there's only like 10 food choices, and you only ate 500 calories a day, and you took these drops every day. And then there was like an apple day if you were losing too much, and then you weren't losing, and then if you're losing too much, there's a steak day. It was like it was probably like the grapefruit diet, the cabbage diet. You've heard of those fad diets. I feel like it was the ultimate fad diet. I lost a lot of weight on it though, but I felt terrible. Like, I did not feel good at all. I felt drained. It was not like everything it was marketed to be. I did not feel good. I did that one after the Atkins one, and I had found like some message boards online, and I followed a lot of those, but it did not make me feel good. So anyway, would not recommend that one. And then the one I did prior to leading into Weight Watchers was just calorie counting and counting my macros via MyFitnessPal. And I lost my first 40 pounds doing that. So I lost those 40 pounds, and then I kind of plateaued, and I saw stuff on YouTube about Weight Watchers, and that's how I joined Weight Watchers. And I joined Weight Watchers, and then it's just been there from now on. So it's been 3 years since I've been on that. And this last 2 years have not been the most successful for me. I've been pretty much just staying the same for 2 years, which is not good. I mean, I've gained now over these last like 3 or 4 months, but I'm trying to work on that. So it was very successful the first year, though, for sure, as was the calorie counting, and macro counting was really good. So those two things have been, definitely my favorite, besides, the low carb thing. Number 6, do you follow a workout plan? I try to. I hate working out. You guys know that. It is probably my least favorite thing to do. But I have been doing daily burn over the last several months. I haven't been doing it consistently. I did it consistently for almost an entire month, and I was doing really well. And then I got off of it, and I just started back up again this week. So I'm on like day 3, or day 4 actually. So I want to get into it again. I like it. There's a lot of different, easy, medium, moderate pace, slow pace. It's just a lot of mixture. So check it out if you guys haven't checked it out. You can do a 30-day free trial. And just so you know, you can do the 30-day free trial every single month if you have a different email address. So I do that to save some money. Otherwise, it's $14.95 a month. 7, what is your favorite diet? So I kind of went into that already. That actually my favorite diet was doing low carb, or I guess would be called keto now, and followed that by Weight Watchers and counting calories and macros. Number 8, how much weight do you want to lose? That's kind of a hard one, because back in October, I was at a weight where I was comfortable, and I think that's where but I definitely wanted to lose another 20 pounds from there also. I would like to hit about 160. So I was about 25 pounds away. So I was like 185 back in October, and I felt really good. But then I just gained, and it's just been crazy since then, and I cannot get back on track. I can get back on track, but I can't get back into losing. And for some reason, my body just does not want to lose right now. But I felt good back then, but I want to get down to like 160 and then go from there and see how I feel. That's kind of how I've gauged it. 160 is like my goal on Weight Watchers, but I'll just see how I feel like at that point. But I do feel like I do get really comfortable at a weight when I start feeling good in my clothes, and then that's when I tend to not work as hard. So I don't really want to put a number on it. I just want to go until I feel like I am, being healthy. And like I said, I feel good in my clothes. I feel good when I look in the mirror, that kind of thing. I don't feel like that right now. So I, would like to lose, 30 to 40 pounds at least right now. Number 9, do you feel like you're addicted to food? Yes, I do. Again, it goes back to that emotional thing. If I wasn't, then I probably would not be reaching for those things in different situations. I'd be able to stop myself. I do. I think about food a lot. I'm always like planning, what am I going to eat next? When can I eat? What am I going to eat? When was the last time I ate? It's too much on my mind, and that's not a good thing, because you definitely should not be thinking about it that much. And also the fact that I will just get something for no reason. I'm not even hungry. I think that's also maybe a sign of a food addiction, is if you eat when you're not hungry, you're just eating for whatever reason you're eating, again, tied to those emotional eating, triggers. So yes, I do feel like I'm addicted to food. Number 10, are you comfortable with your body now? I kind of just answered that. No, I'm not. Now, I was, like I said, like 6 months ago, but I'm not anymore. So I definitely want to get to that point for sure. And I just need to, I don't know what I need to do. I need to get my mind in it, I guess. And I feel like this week my mind's really in it. But we'll see what the scale says, and the scale can just be so mean and cruel sometimes. And I know they say, well, maybe stay off the scale, but then I can't track my progress. And I feel like that's the only way I can track it right now. Besides, I know you can do measurements and all that, but I can feel in my clothes though too. And that's usually my gauges in my clothes. And you know, I can always like tell if it's not. So there's really not much difference between my clothes and my scale. If my clothes are feeling tight, the scale is going to say what I'm thinking. And I don't know, like I said, I'm just trying to figure it all out to see what's going on. But right now, am I comfortable with my body? No. Number 11, do you deprive yourself of any food? I guess I do to a certain point, because there's some days that I just really want a cheeseburger or pizza or something. And there's a lot of times I told myself, no, I can't have that. And, you know, technically I could have that because Weight Watchers does allow for that. But I know myself, and I know that that's just going to throw me into, you know, it's like, okay, I may have that cheeseburger and fries, but then it's just going to throw me into a whole more things. Like then I'm thinking, okay, well, I've had that, so I might as well just have some chocolate. I might as well just have some ice cream. I might as well just have, you know, I can't just stop with that one like splurge meal, with the exception of when we go out to dinner. I feel like I can rein it in when we're going out to dinner, because we're sitting there, and by the time we get home, you know, so I guess that maybe that's the way I need to do it, is, you know, instead of bringing it home with takeout, going out. But so I guess the answer is kind of yes or no. I mean, because I do have pizza and I just track it. But I try, if I feel like I'm in one of those modes, so maybe that time of the month, or if I just had a really stressful day and I get the pizza and I know because of the day that I've had or the week that I've had, that pizza may turn into a whole like 12-hour long eating fest or something. So it's kind of a mixed reaction on that question, but I'm sure you guys all understand exactly what I'm talking about. So there you go. Those are the 11 questions of the weight loss tag. I feel like I've seen this tag a lot over YouTube, so I don't know who has done it, who hasn't done it. So I'm not going to tag anybody specifically, but if you have not done it and you have a channel, please go ahead and do it and let me know and tag me, so that way I can go watch your video, or just let me know in the comment section. Also, if you want to answer all these questions and you feel comfortable doing so in the comment section, please do. That way I can see what your answers are, some of the questions. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. I'll have Cherie link down below so you can watch her video. And I'll talk to you guys all very, very soon.
I see the light inside your eyes. You make me feel like I